he was telling me during the break, he goes, if I have time, he wants me to be on the show with him. So very exciting to be on Ron Paul's show instead of him being on my show after 18 years. That guy's been coming on my show. I remember, I said I've known Rand Paul for like 14, 15 years the other day, and then I happened to catch the rebroadcast locally at night, just that piece for about 10 minutes. That's not true. Time flies. I just keep saying 14, 15 years. I've known Rand Paul, now that I thought about this, it's just weird how time flies. He'll probably end up being president if we're able to turn this country around. He's got a real shot at it, except for the electronic voting machine fraud. I can read the tea leaves as anybody can. That I actually think I interviewed Rand Paul first. And I was going back in memory. I remember listening to something called Republic Radio before I was even on it. And I was on Republic Radio when Mark Kornke was running it with, I think it was Dan Thompson. But the point is, I remember hearing Rand Paul on with Mark Kornke like in 1995 when I was just getting on Access TV. I think it was like right out of college then, pushing his dad to get back into Congress because he'd been in Congress in the 80s and then as a libertarian, I think like the first libertarian ever elected, and then run out. And then he came back in 96. So I had just gotten on terrestrial radio in 96 and was able to call through Republic Radio. And then I got Rand Paul's number, and I got Rand Paul on first. Then I went and met Ron Paul. His district used to come up to Austin, South Austin. And so I met him, I think it was in Bastrop or something the first time, when he was just Dr. Ron Paul. You know, didn't even really have gray hair, had gray at the temples. That's how long I've known Ron Paul, 1996 in person. I'm just waxing nostalgic here. Here we are 18 years later, and the whole New World Order is attacking Rand Paul, the whole Republican establishment, the Democrats. Ron Paul's retired. It's weird.